Welcome to DXC Arena, match 21 of the 2025 Top End T20 series, sponsored by NT Tourism. We've just seen some beautiful shots all around Darwin. Now we're seeing some beautiful shots of DXC Arena. It's the Melbourne Stars and Perth Scorchers who are both looking to continue on their winning ways. The Stars are 2-1, Scorchers 2-2. Pete lays with you, 𝗲𝗚 as well. As we look at the bat flip, we can see that 𝗬𝗏 𝗧𝗧 flipped the bat up, and it was the Scorchers who won the toss, and Jaden Goodwin says we'll have a bowl first. Let's take a look at the lineups. Firstly, the Melbourne Stars, who are 2-1.
Yeah, they're 2-1. They've had a pretty good start to the tournament so far, halfway through for them. And looking at the ins today, they've got Cameron McClure, and he's come in. The Perth Scorchers lineup today. They have had 𝗬𝗫𝗎𝗄𝐿, Luke Holt and Albert Esterhuizen make way for Baxter Holt, who will be pulling on the gloves today.
It is match 21, the 2025 Top End T20 series, sponsored by NT Tourism. And we are ready to go. A beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Just wondering if we can hear those planes taking off behind us. They're fairly loud when we're here, especially down the airport end. Flipped around for this year's commentary, which is, it's good to get another perspective on the cricket. So as we do with the Big Bash games as well, 4 over power play, and then the 2 hour power surge can be taken in the second half of the innings. And that's hit in the air. It's going to just go over backwards, or short fine leg, we should say, for 2. We did mention how no one was down on the boundary, so 𝗧𝗧 looking for those ramp shots and little flicks over the keeper. Didn't quite get all of it though. And he slays that over the offside. That's a good shot. That's the sort of timing that he was after. It's going to race into the boundary for 4. And that one's hit high and wide as well. It's shorter and quicker from Couch. It was pace on. 𝗧𝗧 knew it and hit that one deep to mid-wicket, and will come back for 3. Just getting away a little bit here with 9 off the last 3 balls. Hits that beautifully through mid-off. That's 4. Don't have to run for those. Just slightly over-pitched from Jackson, and 𝗧𝗧 was onto the front foot quickly. Struck it beautifully, and that was going to the boundary. It's in the air and slayed over backward point. That's going to be one bounced into the fence. The beautiful picket fence here at DXC Arena. Too much width from Jackson, and 𝗧𝗧 does not need to be asked twice. From the TO Stadium end. And that one smashed from 𝗧𝗧. He struck that beautifully. And it's gone all the way. Really got hold of that, 𝗬𝗏 𝗧𝗧. It was just again slightly over pitched. So he does it this time, and that's 4. Just a little bit of room. That absolutely cannons into the new fence. Talk about picket fence. You can probably tell it's a metal picket fence with that sound. That has gone at knots. Short, and it's swatted over mid-on for 4. This is a batting masterclass from 𝗧𝗧 at the moment. He's playing his shots. He's playing nice and still and hitting the ball very cleanly. There's probably one person who's not happy with how this is going. That's Tommy Rogers. He doesn't mind being at the top of the order, which is a shame. And that's hit in the air, and once again pretty cleanly from 𝗬𝗏 𝗧𝗧. Just second-guessed himself because that hasn't reached.
Got to take the opportunities.
Just caught a little bit high up on his bat. I didn't think he hit it quite as well as he thought.
Yeah, and there's been a few of them today as well. I think back in the first over there was one which we thought was going to be a boundary and just didn't quite make it.
𝘂𝐜𝐿away turns it off his hip for a single. Having said that, it's still a very, very good over for the Melbourne Stars, and it does wrap up the power play. It's hit in the air. It's backward a point. It's going to race away to the boundary, and it's going to get there for 4. Again, just that little bit of width. Went really hard with the hands and the arms and threw the ball quickly. And that one's hit and hit firmly. It's a beautiful shot. Dragged it down. 𝗂𝐿away was ready, and that's the key. He's in there. Hasn't been flying because he's got his mate down the other end doing the business, but 𝗧𝗧. It's hit high in the air. Finally, he's got a huge amount of work to do. Dives and can't quite get there. It's a great effort. That one's tossed up and swatted down the ground. Once again, he hasn't quite got all of it, but we'll come back for 2. That's good running from 𝗂𝐿away. And that brings up the 50. He wants to go hard, and this one hits even straighter than the last, and more work to be done. This time won't get there, that's 4. Harper goes high and long. It should be taken, and it is. Nice easy catch. If there's ever such a thing, Sam Fanning taking the catch out of deep in wicket, and Harper's gone. A well-made 54. The first wicket falls. And the Stars are 1 for 86 in the 10th over.
𝗂𝗄𝗎𝗄𝗃𝗄𝗃 would be very happy with that. As I said, he's gotten a wicket in every game so far, and they weren't really going to contain the runs from the strong Melbourne Stars batting outfit, so they had to start taking wickets. 𝗂𝗄𝗎𝗄𝗃 is a wicket taker, and that is the perfect place to start with the danger man. There's a few more in this lineup, one of which coming to the crease now. Blake McDonald.
And straight away, McDonald's just gone into a little reverse flick, and it's gone racing away across this beautiful surface of 𝗃𝐸𝐶 Arena, and that's 4. Clever batting, just taking off where. And that one's hit in the air, and it's gone straight down the throat. That's a poor shot from 𝗂𝗚𝗎. He'll be very disappointed. Fanning takes the catch. 𝗂𝗚𝗎 gone for 24. And that's a poor end to what was a pretty good innings. Now, Spore's taking the wicket. The Stars are 2 for 94.
Yeah, 𝗂𝗚𝗎 was just starting to build into himself. He was playing the second fiddle with Fanning, and then, I don't know, maybe he got into his head a little bit thinking, now I'm the main man, and yeah, as you said, just a poor delivery straight down the throat. Fanning takes his second catch, and it's the first wicket for Matthew Spores.
Just looked a little off balance as he tried to heave that away. Almost caught in two minds, you think. Either hit it along the ground or hit it over that fielder at deep mid-wicket, which is a good hit. Let's have a look at it now on the replay. It wasn't a great ball, probably the wrong end at the back of the hand a little bit. May have just stayed in the wicket a touch, but we may also just be making excuses for. Short, hit in the air and hit beautifully. Well timed. That's gone miles. That's gone over the beautiful picket fence for 6. What a great shot. Pick that up clean as a whistle. That's the sort of shot that can get your innings going. Good hit, Liam Blackford.
And yeah, I was about to say, Peter, they've sort of had enough time to settle in now. You want to see McDonald and Blackford start to build on this partnership. They were given a really good launching pad from the opening pair, 𝗂𝗚𝗎 and Harper, but they were just starting to get a little bit too comfortable.
Just wasn't quite quick enough or quite short enough, was it? And it's in the air and in the gap through cover. That's a beautiful shot. It's going to race away for 4. Perfectly positioned from Blackford. Just gave himself a little bit of room there and timed it beautifully through the covers. And that's in between the two fielders inside the circle, and it's going to race away to the boundary. It's very unfair, this game of cricket. The bowler can beat the batter and it's still worth the same as if it goes one bounce over the fence. That's in the air and should be taken. Well bowled and well taken. Just a little quick there on McDonald. Tried to heave it away on the leg side. Didn't get all of it and is gone for 11. Well bowled from Kelly. He gets a little bit of reward, which is always good to see from a bowling point of view. A good over. Now 3 for 120. Just a 7 from it and a good over from Kelly. And the other thing it does, of course, is brings a new batter to the crease.
Yeah, coming into the crease, I think it'll be Jonathan Merlo, who top scored of 41 in that first game. He was probably the Stars' best player. They weren't really in that game, then somehow brought it back to within just 4 runs in the end against the Melbourne Renegades. Otherwise, they've won their 2 games since then. He managed to...
That's a beautiful shot. It's going out to the deep point boundary. They're going to get back for 2. Lovely shot from Blackford. He moves to 21. Thought it hard, and that one struck beautifully. That won't be able to be cut off. That's 4. Beautiful strike from John O'Malley. He's only just got out there. His first ball, he got off the mark, and then this one, rocked back and smashed that through the leg side. And that's an edge. That's a genuine nick. It's going to race away, and could have actually reached the boundary. It will. It just shows how quick the outfield is here at 𝗃𝐸𝐶 Arena. Jackson was quick, but he was no chance of hauling that in. So Merlo with back-to-back boundaries, and unfortunately for 𝗂𝗚𝗎𝗄𝗃, he ends up with 1 for 28. And that's over the offside. It's a beautiful shot. It's one bounce and into the fence for 4. You can't put them everywhere, and this is why the power surge is always an intriguing part of the game, especially in the the first innings as the side looks to set. Full toss, and this one's hit hard and hit straight, and that's 4. Back-to-back boundaries for Blackford. He moves to 31. Good shot. Couch just getting the length wrong there.
Scorchers need to be really careful here. They've been really good over the middle part of this game.
And that's swatted down the ground for 4. Good shot from 𝗬𝗟𝗧. He's come out with really good intent today. That's a lovely shot. So he got into his innings nice and quickly. Hits it high. Has it got over mid-off? I don't think it has, and good catch. Very good catch taken. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 just going back and taking it cleanly. Blackford just not getting enough of it, and he's gone for 31. Good wicket here. Kelly getting another reward for some good bowling. He's come back well after his second over, and the Stars now 4 for 150. And there are 13 balls remaining in the innings.
Yeah, Kelly's second wicket, he'd be very happy with that again. Just sort of, I think that's his 10th now for the competition, so building up a nice tally at the moment. I think that would be close to clubhouse leader at the moment as well. And the important wicket, Blackford and 𝗬𝗟𝗧, were just starting to build something, but it doesn't get any easier. Look at that name there, Tom Rogers.
That's hit and hit firmly from Rogers. Going to run hard. 𝗬𝗟𝗧's in, but can't get out. Back for the second. Some good fielding from Nick Hobson down on the boundary. Just the single. Scorchers would certainly take 12 singles from here. Can the Stars get it up to 170, 175? Going to need 2 12s or a big over in here somewhere.
Yeah, it was certainly looking like they'd finish about 180, 185, maybe even 190 earlier, but Scorchers have done really well to contain the run rate.
Communication issue, just a couple of minutes over, 2 overs to go. Haven't seen any side bowl there, 20 overs in 80 minutes like we're meant to. Backs away, gets the edge, and well fielded. That's some good work. It's always a danger when you bring deep third in that those outside edges can fly away for 4, so some good work just to keep it to 1. Singles will not concern the Scorchers whatsoever.
And as you said, they would have been confident they can chase down any total. If they can keep that under even 165, they'd be even more confident of chasing it down here at DXC Arena.
Goes the flick, and we'll get it away for 4. Bit of experience from Rogers there, just using the pace from Jackson, and flicks it very fine. Not a bad shot to play third ball. You've just walked out there, but the flick, this is the modern batter right here, playing all the shots to all the spots on the ground. Just adds more pressure and more questions for the bowler too, doesn't it, and the skipper. 4 for 157. Finally dropping back. Probably should have been back, only had 4 back for that first delivery to Rogers. There he goes short. That's gone over leg stump.
Disappointment from the field.
Huge disappointment. Nicky Hobson heard it here from long on. It was a clear off the glove from long on. Don't think he caught up with it though, Rogers. But it's a dot ball, and the Scorchers will take that. It'd be great to see the back of a batter, but more importantly, another dot. 8 balls remaining in the innings. Full and straight. You can set a field for that. That's really good bowling. Jackson has bowled well here without necessarily having too much luck. He hasn't got the wicket that he long deserves and probably as rightly thought was his, but he has bowled well.
Yeah, none for 30 at the moment. Probably deserves a wicket, as probably each of the bowlers do. It's been pretty hard to contain them, particularly when they were on a run early, the Melbourne Stars, but relatively similar figures all round for the bowling attack.
𝗏𝗏 tries to absolutely hit the bejesus out of that ball, and it goes about 1.5 metres. So a really good finish from Jackson there. He'll finish with no wickets, but no wicket for 30, only going at 7.5 and over. This is hit hard, but there's protection off. 𝗏𝗏's quick, but he's not that quick.
Meanwhile, for the Scorchers, their top score for the tournament is 141 so far. So they'll need to do better than they have so far in this second innings, but the way it's tracking at the moment, and I guess the confidence they would have had to bowl first, they'd still be thinking this is within reach.
So 𝗏𝗏 just trying to get his field right here. Jono 𝗏𝗏, 16 from 9. He has struck a couple of really clean boundaries. Where's he looking here? There's a deep backward square, mid-wicket, long on, long off, and a deep cover point on the boundary. But now the change. Mid-off's going to come up inside the circle, and fine leg's going to drop back. So there's no one inside the circle on the leg side. A few opportunities on the off, should he want to take them. He's hit that one, but not all that well. Flies out to the boundary. Once again, it'll just be a single. It's been a pretty good, disciplined fielding performance from the Scorchers too. Just the little things. The backing up and the throws in to Baxter Holt with the gloves have been good.
Every time the Stars have threatened to get away as well, they've just sort of reined them back in as well. Haven't let this game get away. We know they're under a bit of pressure in context of the competition. Doesn't look like that's gotten to their heads so far today.
It's true, you only play 6 games, and this is your 5th game at 2-2. Need a win. Have to win, really. Doesn't really get onto it. Another good delivery from 𝗏𝗏. That length is just almost unhittable. Well bowled. 𝗏𝗏, 17 from 10. Rogers, 9 from 7. 4 for 161. 3 balls remaining. Just the 3 singles from this over as well.
0 for 28. 𝗏𝗏 should be pretty happy with those figures as well. So far, knocks of 2 for 38 and 1 for 20. Missed that 4th game, but back in today.
Short and swatted away. It's a beautiful shot. One bounce and over the picket fence it goes. That's 4 runs. Just wasn't in the right spot from Brodie Couch. Just missed his mark a touch, and 𝗏𝗏 was all over it. It's a good, clean strike. He moves to 21 from 11. Geez, these last couple of deliveries are going to be important. 4 for 165. Can he get 1 or 2 more away? 4 in the deep on the leg side, and he still found the gap. That's good hitting from 𝗏𝗏. It's shorter and slower. And a dot ball. Just had to check with square leg, and of course I looked at square leg and he's over at deep point because of where the sun and the fielders are. It's well bowled. But we know this one can't be short. So how does 𝗏𝗏 get out of it? He just take the pace off a little bit. Just angle in towards 𝗏𝗏's body. He doesn't want to give him a clean hit, clean swing and clean hit it. Last ball of the innings, 4 for 165. It's full. It's going to be cut off on the boundary. I'll get 1. There's no use running yourself out when there's absolutely no chance. So 4 for 166. The Melbourne Stars, a good finish from Brodie Couch. Just the 8 from it, including that boundary. So he's finished off quite well. He's certainly gettable. Harp up 54 from 35. Anchored the innings at the top. Had a really good partnership with Kellaway. As you mentioned, 86 as an opening stand. But contributions without anyone really getting away and blasting him away. And there we have it, just the 5 bowlers used, all bowling their 4 overs. I thought 𝗂𝗺𝗃𝗃𝗃 was probably the pick of the bowlers, 1 for 28. Not just because of his figures, but because of his control.
Yeah, absolutely. 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 was definitely probably the pick of the bunch, and Kelly sort of continued on his way, taking important wickets too. The Melbourne Stars here in Game 21 have set a total of 166. Scorchers need 167 off 20 overs.
Welcome back to DXC Arena. It is match 21 of the 2025 Top End T20 Series, sponsored by NT Tourism. Pete Laser with you. And next to me, 𝗁𝗚, who have just watched the Melbourne Stars after being inserted to bat. A lovely shot down the ground, though. Batting straight onto the front foot. That's going to race away to the boundary. In fact, that's going to go for 4. What a start. Didn't try and overhit that at all. Just leant on the ball from 𝗂𝗚. Just swung in a touch and beautifully middled and made a great sound off the bat.
Yeah, mentioned they've got the firepower and it's within their capabilities to score. They've started the perfect way with the boundary line.
It's from memory, which isn't all that good anymore, but Austin 𝗂𝗚 took 5 for last year out at Palmerston. He's gone up and over. That's a beautiful shot from Fanning. Using the pace, it's gone up onto the hill. That's gone all the way for 6. How about that? Clean as a whistle, Will.
Yeah, really good start from this Scorchers outfit. Some top quality cricket.
Is there an edge there? There is! Sharma gets the wicket. The young fella gets the outside edge, knocks over 𝗬𝗚 for 1. Good catch from Harper as well. And the Stars, after conceding 12 in the first over, strike back with the early wicket. And that's a big one. Well bowled from the young fella.
Yeah, really great work from Sharma. And it was looking like the Scorchers might get onto something pretty good. And all of a sudden, 𝗃𝗚𝗚, their big hitter, their biggest hitter so far, he's gone for 1.
Good take from Harper. Well bowled. The umpire had no hesitation. Look at this. This is a great angle of it as well. Stayed down, straight into the gloves. Goes to a little ramp again, and that's 4. Beautiful shot. Once again, just using the pace. They're going to have to think about where the fine leg needs to drop back. At the moment, they've got a deep third, a deep square leg. That's good batting, though. Curtis joining the party with Fanning. Beautiful shot through the covers. Won't go all the way. Rogers will pick it up just inside. They've got 2. They're going to come back for 3. They're going to have to scamper, and they do well. A good chase, but good running there. Still, T20, it's that sort of game, isn't it? If you're not winning, you're no chance of being there. But if you're going to be there, then you want to win the whole thing. 1 for 26 after 3 overs. Fanning and Curtis just settling down after the early wicket of 𝗃𝗚𝗚, and Sharma collecting that wicket. Still 1 over to go in the power play. Hiccups along the way. And that's going to glide away for 4. Slightly over pitched and a little bit too much room. Just open the hands beautifully, Curtis. He's seeing them really well at the moment. That's 4.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Those games that they have played in so far, even when they've been good, it's just hasn't quite sustained for long enough to really completely dominate games. They have come away with the 2 wins so far, but there's been a few blips along the way.
Short, and that one smashed away again. That's a beautiful shot. That has absolutely raced to the boundary. 2 fielders out, deep backward square, deep fine leg. Neither were any chance of getting that. They didn't have a huge amount of ground to cover, but they were no chance of getting there. And that's going to go to down to the fine leg. It won't be a 4, as he picked up just inside from 𝗂𝗚𝗃𝗃. It'll be 2 though. And that was off the bat as well, bat and pad. As you say, another expensive over, 1 for 43, so 17 coming from the 4th over.
Turn here.
It's going to go fine. It's going to race down to the fine leg boundary. It'll be pulled up just inside. Once again, it's 𝗂𝗵𝗃𝗃 who's had to do a mountain of work. And they'll come back for a couple. Got on the reverse and got that really fine. That's going to race away to the boundary. You can't really put a field in for those. That's gone amazingly fine, and what started off as a really good over has ended up quite expensive for Mackenzie. 10 off it, 1 for 66. He's hit that beautifully. It's a clean strike. Beautiful shots. Clean as a whistle from Fanning, and I have to say that was in the slot and ready to hit, and Fanning obliged. Slower ball, and that one's swatted away into the league side. Some good fielding though down on the boundary, and 𝗏𝗏𝗏's done really well. It's not easy. You are staring into a bit of the afternoon sun as well, and that's a beautiful shot. So easily done. It looks easy. It's so difficult to execute. 𝗂𝐽𝗯𝗋 sort of just putting it there, and two batters that are in and in form, they have hit that beautifully. And now down the ground and hit firmly through the covers. Plenty of work to be done, and it isn't done, and that's 4. Back-to-back boundaries to start an over. Dances down, hits it over mid-off and cover. It's a lovely stroke. It's racing out to the cover boundary. We picked up just inside. They've got 2. And once again, they're going to come back for 3. Maybe not as rare as we thought, with some really athletic running between wickets. And that's a great shot. He has absolutely smashed that. And that's gone for 6. Easy, as I said, he's looking comfortable. That's to bring up a 50 from 30 balls with that sort of shot is unbelievable. How would you describe that, Will?
Oh, that's a great knock. I was going to say they're not really playing with too much brash behaviour either.
And that's slayed through the offside again over the outstretched fingertips of Aaron Sharma. And 4 more just inside that thrifty sign. And they are flying at the moment, the Scorchers. Curtis 42, Fanning 56. And 𝗏𝗏𝗏, has he got any answers here? He's going to go around the wicket to try something different.
𝗏𝗏𝗏, their top wicket taker so far for the tournament, but today he's just not looking likely at all. He's been belted all around the park.
And again slayed through the offside, and again it's going to go for 4. Curtis at the top of his game at the minute. That's a beautiful shot. It's hit, and hit beautifully down the ground for 4. Tell you he's not weary, and that's Curtis. Joel Curtis brings up his 50 off 29 deliveries. It has been a masterclass since he got to the wicket. And between him and Fanning, they have put on 109. Lifts it high. It's going to race across the DXC Arena outfield. It's going to be 4 more. Sharma hasn't done a lot wrong there. In fact, probably beat him in the air as well. Fanning's just seeing them so well that he could adjust as he danced it down the wicket. I think he'd almost adjusted his shot and just timed it beautifully. It's a beautiful shot. That's just a great cricket shot. A little bit of width, a little bit over pitched, and Curtis just as clean as a whistle through the offside. Pace off, and that's smashed down the ground. Is he going to make it? No, just inside the rope for 4. One bounce into the fence again. And that should be out. And he's out. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏 gets the wicket. Curtis goes for 63, a really well made 63. And the big best partnership of the competition comes to an end. 124 run partnership. Curtis 63 from 37. It's 2 for 136. You'd have to say that the damage has been done. Ken McClure gets a wicket for his trouble. He has 1 for 35.
It sort of came out of nowhere, that wicket as well. Didn't really feel like there was any pressure mounting or bubbling over, and sometimes that is just where they fall.
And that's in the air, and that's gone. There's a wicket for him. So 𝗏𝗏𝗏 gets a wicket. Not a huge celebration. A good catch, it must be said. It was flying to Christian now. He's taken both the catches in this innings, but cleans a whistle. So promotion of Hobson hasn't worked. And he's gone. First ball.
Goodwin sent himself out now.
We said that the equation won't change too much. It just cramped him for room, just a touch. There is that element you've been seeing. Just turn around the corner, take the single, last ball of the over. Clever batting. 5 from it and a wicket. That's 𝗂𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗂 best over, quite comfortably. He's got a wicket now, 1 for 43 from his 4, so he's done for the day. Scorchers 3 for 141. They require a further 26. And that one smashed through mid-wicket. It's going to be a huge chase, and they're not going to get there. That's 4. So Goodwin may not have been out there for too long. McClure just took the pace off a little bit, but it sat up and said, hit me, and Goodwin said, thank you very much, I'll do just that. And they'll move to 11, and now just 13 more required to win. A lot of the fielders now are in off the boundary, just trying to keep it to 1. Almost a enforced shout from McKenzie. He thought he jammed it with bat and pad. But an important dot. 17th over here. Scorchers 3 for 157, 3 for 154, 13 required.
Could all be done in a couple of balls.
Let's take the single. It's probably what they've just slackened off a little bit here, the Scorchers, and just turning that strike over. Just over the last couple of overs, just lost that momentum a little bit. It is hard when it's a almost foregone conclusion for the game to see it out to the end. I would have thought they'd want to get this done and dusted and get the points in the bag as quickly as they could. And the reverse. Only spinners sort of appeal when it comes straight off the middle of the bat. He's bowled well though. As McKenzie, trying conditions.
0 for 22. He'd be up there among the strongest of the Stars bowlers, along with his fellow left-handed spinner, Aryan Sharma.
Interesting to see if they bring Warren in for the next game and play 3 spinners.
He's probably been the pick of the bunch of their bowlers for the tournament. They're really missing him out there today.
I think the world's just missing a few people called Doug. Aren't many under 40 called Doug.
A bit too Douglas, the world at the moment.
Douglas, that's not bad.
Working on it.
Warranted. That's what these games do to you. 11 to win for the Scorchers.
It's what the Darwin Heat does to you.
Again, turned off the hip. Run the first one hard. He's just been fantastic here, Sam Fanning. Even a couple of wickets that have fallen, unfazed. He started with a beautiful boundary down the ground, and that was just a marker for things to come. But he really wants to see his side through here. He'll want to be out there, won't he? Down the ground. That is hit very, very hard. 𝗂𝐽's actually done well. Not just to see it, but to keep all the fingers on his hand. Goodwin moves to 13, Fanning 69, 3 for 158. Our good friend Jess from Cricket Australia, of course, we were chatting to the broadcast manager about what could happen. She did suggest that around this mark would be about the time. It's been a strong performance from the Scorchers. Johnny Merlot is going to have ball in hand. It's probably just at this stage now the Scorchers would like to finish it off. 9 to win. They've been on top pretty much since Harper departed. The second half, the back half of the Stars innings, and certainly through this innings. Early wicket, yes, when 𝗃𝗚𝗽liche was dismissed, but aside from that one early hiccup, they have been on top. Merlot beats him.
This is certainly the Scorchers' strongest performance as well. Their best score. And in the end, it's been a foregone conclusion for a while. But Fanning in particular prior to this, his top score was 14. He's gotten more than 50 more than that today, and I think you're right. He would want to just be cruising to the end here, making sure he's out there when all is said and done.
Another dot. It is true, all the hard work goes into it. You don't want to miss out. This is the fun part. Either hitting the winning runs or being out there when your mate does. Having said that, 2 dots to John O'Murley. Went for 14 in his first over. Stars are probably thinking, where were these overs when the game was in the balance? Three dots.
And I think that might have been a blast over at the Clay rifle range. You might have just heard in the background as well. All coming to life here on your typical weekday afternoon in the Marara Sporting Complex. Just ticked over 4:10 local time.
I don't know anyone who just goes, oh, it's Wednesday over, I'm going out for a shoot.
I do things different in the territory.
Pushes to the league side now. Hit here could be gone and missed. That could have been very, very interesting. It'd be good if we can get another little replay of that quick single. Because not only would have been a run out, it also would have been a dot ball and just added just an element. That was Tommy Rogers running in there. There's a little flick at the stumps and he was gone for all money. Great cam work once again from the crew here at DXC Arena. Have picked up absolutely everything. Fanning now. He's the man to get it done. Just turns it off his hip for one. Runs the first one hard. They're going to get a second. He's going to come back. It's got to be a good throw, and it's not. It's a horrible throw. We sometimes mention that Sammy Harper's not the tallest of humans, but Joel Garner wouldn't have been able to get that in if he had the gloves on.
Probably where they've been a bit sloppy today as well is also they've been okay chasing the ball through the field, but just getting it back to wicket is where they've really not fallen apart. There's been other reasons for that, but it probably just shows where they've been as a team today.
I'd almost bring everyone in here, really challenge Fanny. I know he's been out there for a long time. He'll just turn this away and get a single, you would have thought, and keep the strike. Something like that.
Perfectly placed, 𝗵𝗺𝗚.
As we say, if you can't do it, you've got to know something about the game. That Sam Fanning has read the game beautifully from the start. He has controlled this innings. He's on 72 from 49. 5 to win. Stars have taken this to the penultimate over, but I know we're probably biased towards some of our Aussie stars. I remember Glenn Maxwell once against Pakistan got 2 for 2 when they needed 4 and the Australian ended up winning, but it's fair to say it doesn't happen that often. And certainly not when you're bowling at someone like Sam Fanning, who's on 72 from 49, just seeing them beautifully.
No, but if he's one of the 2 dismantled, then well, maybe there will be a glimmer of hope.
Tell you what, it's keep the interest going. 3 for 162. 5 to win. Aryan Sharma, who's been the pick of the Stars bowlers.
He's the man who could make all the difference.
Turned around the corner. Got to keep that to 1 and does. Well done, McClure. Just little things along the way you've got to get right. I've done that right. So 4 to win. It's a little bit harder when it's one shot, isn't it? One bad ball, one aggressive stroke, one edge can win it. And that's the shot. We said it was one shot away. It's a beautiful shot from the skipper. Goodwin will finish on 18. Fanning, the player of the match, quite easily with 73, unbeaten from 50 deliveries. The Scorchers chase down the Stars 166, 3 down, and they do it in the 19th over.
Yeah, Scorchers keep the tournament alive for them with a great win against the Melbourne Stars. You thought maybe at halftime.
And don't forget, there's another game coming up here later on this evening. It's going to be Pakistan Shaheens against the Adelaide Strikers. Shaheens are 2 and 2 as well. Strikers 1 and 1. And And there you have it. Sam Fanning, top of the order, 73 from 50. Great knock from Curtis as well, 63 from 37. But it was just the Perth Scorchers who were too strong for the Melbourne Stars. Aaron Sharma bowled well, it's probably fair to say. 1 for 22, went for that boundary at the end. But just too expensive, too often, and too consistently.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Melbourne Stars, they tried, maybe got a little bit weary in that second innings. But yeah, Perth Scorchers just too good and kept them in the tournament and maybe put a little bit of dent in the hopes of the Melbourne Stars. Tomorrow, you've got the Renegades versus Hurricanes, ACT Comets versus the Adelaide Strikers, NT Strike versus the Kingsmen, and Bangladesh versus the Melbourne Stars. Again, massive day ahead. Thanks for joining us. It is the Perth Scorchers who have won this one by 7 wickets.
For more updates, subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Download 𝗃𝗵𝗄𝗃 app to enjoy exciting games and highlights. Visit 𝗃𝗵𝗄𝗃.com.